Hello everyone and welcome back to the .NET world. Let's see today interview question on difference between asynchronous versus multi-threading in C Sharp. So I will going to provide this link in the description box where you can go and find the difference between asynchronous operation and multi-threading in C Sharp. So when you see the asynchronous and multi-threading, you will find that it is similar to perform the parallel operation, or if I say the parallel processing of the tasks. But there is a difference between the asynchronous and multi-threading. In simple terms, asynchronous is used to perform parallel processing of tasks. For example, input-output operation, or reading a file, or getting a web request to work on the data simultaneously, and querying a database, or if I say querying to a database. And multi-threading is used to perform multiple thread or process the thread on processor. So multi-threading is related to a CPU processing, and asynchronous is related to a task which perform in a application. So these are the both used for the multiple processing of tasks and multiple processing of thread. Now let's see, by helping of this side, they have explained in a good way what is the difference between both asynchronous programming and multi-threading. Now, if we go to the asynchronous programming, what it says. So asynchronous model allows multiple things to happen at the same time. So when your program calls a long running function, it doesn't block the execution flow. So if there, for example, I have the functions two to three functions in async method, which using await like method one, await method two, and many functions. So it will not going to block each other function. So each and every function will going to run simultaneously and going to give the return value, or if I say the response for that particular request. So it doesn't block the execution flow and your program continues to run. So when your function finish, the program knows and get access to the result. Now, if I say this is the example, so this is a synchronous operation, which is a like one by one operation. Request one getting response, request two getting response. And if you see asynchronous, we are getting many requests at a time, and it will going to perform each and every request in a parallel way and going to give the response to the particular client. Now, if you see the multi-threading, okay, now what multi-threading programming says, like multi-threading refers to the concurrent and parallel execution of more than one sequential set, or if I say thread of instruction. So like I have the single processor, and multi-threading gives the illusion of running in a parallel of all the thread. So the processor is switching by using a scheduling algorithm. Like for example, we have the time period for particular thread to complete. Okay, till that time, it will going to go to the other thread and it will going to perform the task. So the processor will not going to be blocked for that particular one thread. Okay, it will going to execute other threads simultaneously, and then once the processor finish that particular thread, the other thread will going to go and access that processor. And if you have the like multiple processor core, thread are truly parallel. If you see over here, so individual microprocessor work together to achieve the result more efficiently. So I hope you got the difference. Means asynchronous is based on tasks and multi-threading is based on CPU operation. Now let's see the basic. Like if I say over here, like it has been given the basic example of multi-threading. Like if we want to download two files from two different tabs in the web browser, so each tab uses a new thread to download the requested file, and no tab wait for other one to finish. Like in simple term, I'm opening one tab and downloading the like some file. And if I want to download the other file, I will going to open other tab and I will going to download. So it will not going to block each other like downloading. So one is downloading in one tab and other will going to download on the other tab. So both are happening parallelly. Okay, so these are the multi-threading. And now if we go to the main difference, so if you see this asynchronous versus multi-threading, the main point is when you give the interview, so this is the most important question asked in the interview. That what's the difference between asynchronous versus multi-threading? And we don't remember easily because we remember that these both are parallel processing. But what they are processed parallel, we have to think in that way. So you can go and take this difference between both these two in like detail. And so over here, it has been given one very simple, if I say example. If you tell to your friend go to the store, buy pasta, and let me know when you get back to make the dinner together. Means he will going to go to the particular store, going to get the pasta, and he will going to inform to other like friend that I got this particular product, and now we will going to make dinner together. Meanwhile, I will prepare sauce and drink. Now what over here it shows that one friend has gone to the store, took the pasta, and get back to that particular pasta, and then other friend it will going to prepare the sauce and bring. So these are the tasks which is assigned. Now what is the threading in this case? So threading is like you boil the water, I will heat the tomato sauce. You got my point. So one person is boiling the water and other is heat the tomato sauce. While the water is boiling, ask me and I will put the pasta in it. When the sauce is hot, you can add cheese. When both are done, I will sit down and you serve the dinner. Then we eat. So in the threading analogy, we can see the sequence of when and do events, which represent the sequences, which represent the sequential set of instructions per each person, which is a thread. So in this scenario, the person are thread. Okay, and the task which they are performing, that is a asynchronous operation. So if I say multi-threading is about worker, the two workers, okay, and asynchronous is about tasks, which I told earlier. So one thread, or if I say one person, is performing multiple tasks. Same way, the other thread is performing, which is the other person. And both these thread, okay, both these thread will going to come to the final result. One thread will going to process till that time. The other thread is also processing that task, multiple tasks. So this is the difference between two, asynchronous and multi-threading. Now I hope you got the basic difference between these two. So please go and prepare in depth. Okay, like I have given a simple scenario, like what is the difference. So you will going to get easily like when the interviewer asks about the question on scenario based question or on the coding question. So you will going to get to know when to use asynchronous and when to use multi-threading. Now you can go and check the like there are many methods like parallel dot tasks, and we have in the thread, and in the asynchronous we have tasks dot when all, for all, wait all. So these are the tasks method which is in asynchronous, and like parallel tasks we have in a thread. You can go in depth and check out the same. Thank you so much. And if you have any doubt, kindly let me know in the comment section.